Welcome back, Sebastian here. So today I want to talk about Isack Hadjar, Racing Bulls rookie for the 2025 F1 season. So first, taking a look at Isack Hadjar's kind of just personal information, his basic stats. He's from France. His hometown is Paris. 20 years of age, so a little bit on the younger side when it comes to F1 rookies. But when you look at recent rookie crops, recent rookie drivers, a lot of those drivers end up coming into F1, 2021. So again, kind of middle of the road in that respect. This past season, 2024, he was driving in Formula 2. So he has been racing last year. And his 2025 team, like I mentioned before, will be Racing Bulls, formerly known as RB slash Toro Rosso, the Red Bull junior team or Red Bull B team. Now, taking a look at Hadjar's junior career, starting with his first seasons in Formula 4 2019-2020, he drove in French Formula 4. Now, in the series, they don't really have teams per se, so it seems like pretty much everything was spec. And he did two years in the series. So the first year, 2019, finished seventh in the championship, 118 points, won one race out of 21, with two podiums and no pole positions. Came back the following year, 2020, improved quite a bit over that first season, finished third with 233 points, won 3 races, again out of 21, with 11 podiums and 2 further pole positions. So pretty solid improvement from over those first 2 years, but didn't win the title either of those years. So a bit of a surprise, didn't have a Formula 4 title win. But at this point, he was judged to be, good enough. So he basically made the step up to Formula Regional European Championship. Racing for the RACGP team, which I would say is like the second or third best team in Formula Regional behind Prema. He had some pretty solid results. Finished fifth in his one season in that championship with 166 points. But that being said, he did finish behind both of his two full-time teammates, Hadrian David, who finished second with 209 points, and Zane Maloney, now driving in Formula E, who finished fourth with 170 points. So 2 wins out of 20 races, 5 podiums, 1 pole position. Good results, not, amazing though, I would say. But after that one season in Freck, he would join the basically part of the Red Bull, stable Red Bull Young Driver program, and he was making a further promotion up to Formula 3 the following season. Now, before he did that Formula 3 season, I should say, he did one last season in Formula Regional Asia. He had competed the year before as well, 2021, but he only did 3 of the 5 rounds, so didn't complete the full season. So I'm not really going to talk about it too much in this video. But that second season, 2022, racing for High-Tech, he finished third in the championship with 134 points. 2 wins out of 15 races, 5 podiums, and 1 pole position out of 10. His one full-time teammate, Gabriel Mini, finished fourth with 130 points. So a little bit better than his teammate, Mini there. And for the full season, for the summer portion of this calendar year, he, of course, like I mentioned before, raced in Formula 3 again, driving for the High-Tech team, a team that he would continue to work with in his first season of Formula 2. Now, for that one Formula 3 season, pretty strong results. Finished fourth in the championship, 123 points, 3 wins out of 18 races, 5 podiums out of 18, and 1 pole position out of 9. And absolutely destroyed his 2 teammates, Kalen Frederick, who finished 17th in the championship with 27 points, and Asman, I think his first name's Namil, something like that, finished 32nd, no points, so basically destroyed his 2 teammates. So very, very good results in Formula 3. I think pretty rightly got himself up, promoted to Formula 2 the following year. And then again for Hadjar, while he didn't win the championship in that Formula 3 campaign, was very competitive all the way, I believe, up till the final weekends of that season. I believe that was the season that was won by Victor Martins, and I think there was like 3 to 4 drivers in contention that final round. So for Hadjar, he was in championship contention, and at this point, it looked like if everything goes right, perhaps he would become be on a path to being a Formula One driver at some point in the future. And again, results are improving the closer he's getting to F1, which is definitely a good sign because, like I said before, didn't win any titles at the Formula 4 level, and his one main campaign at the Formula Regional level also didn't win there. So good to see that his results are actually improving the closer he's getting to F1. Now, unfortunately for Hadjar, that first season of Formula 2 was definitely a struggle. He finishes 14th in the series, 55 points, no wins officially in either sprint race or feature race, but he did finish first in the sprint race for Zandvoort, but not enough laps were completed under green flag conditions, so technically no one won that race. One podium in the sprint race, none in the feature race, and no pole positions either. So a pretty poor season. Lost the teammate head-to-head with Jack Crawford, who was also a member of the Red Bull Driver Academy at the time, who finished 13th with 57 points. So again, a really rough first season. At this point, it looked like his chances of graduating up to making a step up to Formula One were greatly diminished. Furthermore, his median pole gap for that season, 0.919 seconds, which was 14th overall. So in a field of 22 drivers, that's pretty poor. But he was the 6th rookie overall, but still 5 rookies who had better qualifying performances than him. So after things didn't really work out that first season of Formula 2 with High-Tech, he makes a team change, switching to Campos. And with new regulations, new Formula 2 cars this past season, he benefits massively and performs very, very well. He ends up finishing second in the championship, 192 points. Doesn't end up winning the championship, takes it all the way down to that final race of the season in Abu Dhabi. And without that, basically without the car stalling before the start, who knows what could have happened in that race. But 192 points total, no sprint race wins, which I think is more of an attribution to how strong he was in qualifying and less him being bad in the sprint races. 4 feature race wins out of 14, so very good there. 1 podium in the sprint race and 7 podiums in feature races. So got a podium in every other feature race, which is a very, very good result. Only 1 pole position, which is again a little bit of a surprise, but his median pole gap was a massive improvement over his first season. 0.2, which was 0.262 seconds, which was 4th overall. And did a pretty good job of destroying his teammate, Pepe Marti, who finished 14th in the championship, actually very similar to what he did the year before, and with Marti only getting 62 points. And of course, for Hadjar, I think there were rumors, late December or so, that were linking him to Formula One. But I think what really gave him this opportunity to make the step up to F1 is the fact that Red Bull had to kind of get rid of Perez because his performances were so bad this past year. Of course, they decided to promote Lawson, and then of course that left a space open for them. They could have put Iwasa in the seat as well, but I think because Iwasa is really a Honda driver, and with Honda leaving, and also for sponsorship reasons, some teams don't like to have 2 drivers of the same nationality in the team. So that I think those were all things I think were working against Iwasa. So I think with those things all taken into account, I think Hadjar was the pretty clear favorite to be promoted. And he was the one who put himself in that position with his very strong second campaign in F1 or in Formula 2. Now, as for expectations, he hasn't won a single driver's title in his junior career. So again, not the best junior record, I would say. But that being said, his results, the closer he's gone to F1, have been getting better. One thing that I am a little bit concerned about, though, is how he'll do in his first season of F1. His results his first year of Formula 2 were very, very poor. Like I said before, we can just go back and look at that slide. Finished 14th, and his median pole gap was almost a second. So I would expect him to really struggle that first year of F1 next year against Tsunoda. Mick Schumacher's kind of another example, a guy who, even though he won Formula 2 his second year, really struggled that first year. So again, I do wonder if there's going to be a bit of an acclimatization process with Hadjar, and perhaps he's going to struggle a bit next year. So it'll be interesting to see how much of a leash he has, how much of a leash Helmut Marko decides to give him. There is another Red Bull Junior who's coming through the ranks, Arvid Lindblad. He'll be racing again for Campos, effectively replacing Hadjar at Campos. And I think he's definitely expected to be a guy who will be promoted to F1 in the next year or so. So if he has really, really strong results next year and Hadjar really struggles, it could be a situation where he's under pressure to keep his seat after only a single year. So I do think that there's going to be pretty quite a bit of pressure on Hadjar to do well right away. For me, expectations are not super high. I think for him, his ceiling as an F1 driver is likely going to be like a midfield driver. Like, I don't think he's going to be a guy who will win world championships in F1, realistically speaking. So like a guy like a Gasly or an Albon would, I think, kind of be realistically be his ceiling in F1. And again, it's whether or not he can kind of make the most of his time in F1, improve as much as he can, be really, focused and diligent as well on improving those, when he, or bouncing back when he has mistakes. So there you go. There's kind of my look at Isack Hadjar, Racing Bull's new driver for the 2025 F1 season. And with that, I believe that is all 6 rookies covered, or at least all 6 full-time rookies covered with a video introducing them of some form. So again, I think February is right around the corner. So if you're a regular viewer of this channel, I'm gonna be having my team previews starting pretty soon. I think the next couple days or so, and I think the plan is to do one every other day, and that'll get us pretty close to just after the team launches, which of course is gonna be on February 18th, and then at that point, you have testing and stuff comes very, very quickly. So, looking forward to F1 season and, the pre-season kind of festivities and team launches, that kind of thing, and testing. Very, very exciting time. So anyway, thank you so much for watching if you're still watching at this point. And yeah, I'll be back with my next video previewing Sauber's 2025 F1 season in a couple days. So thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.